Thank you so much, Ijoma. We're starting off in the Nigeria Professional Football League, where Kano Pillars and Niger Tornadoes this evening settled for a 1-1 draw in their match day 13 fixture at the Sani Abacha Stadium in Kano. Pillars Junior Lukosa scored from the penalty spot 9 minutes from time to cancel out Andrew Kefe's 19th minute strike for the visitors. It was Lukosa's 11th goal of the season. Pillars remain in second position with 21 points. That's 2 points behind league leaders Lobi Stars. Tornadoes, on their part, are sitting 10th with 17 points from 13 league games. Former Super Eagles forward Daniel Amokachi says he's confident that African teams will put up a good performance at this year's FIFA World Cup in Russia. With the Super Eagles of Nigeria, Pharaohs of Egypt, Tunisia, Morocco and Teranga Lions of Senegal representing the African continent, Amokachi believes Nigeria might just be the team to get to the final. Well, this year's World Cup begins on June the 14th. Former world number 1 Serena Williams will meet BNP Paribas Open champion Naomi Osaka in a blockbuster first-round match at the Miami Open. Now, the American 8-time champion wildcard entrant made her return to the WTA Tour at last week's tournament in Indian Wells before a third-round exit to Sister Venus, and will face the informed Japanese player at Crandon Park. Osaka defeated fellow 20-year-old Daria Kasatkina in Sunday's final to capture the biggest title of her career yet, but faces a stern test as she tries to build on her momentum, which began with a run to the Australian Open 4th round. Head coach of Cleveland Cavaliers, Tyronn Lue, has announced that he's stepping away from coaching to focus on his health. The 40-year-old left Saturday night's 114-109 points victory against the Chicago Bulls with an illness, marking the third time this season that his health has kept him from coaching an entire game. Lue hopes to return well before the start of the playoffs, while the team's associate head coach Larry Drew will take over in the interim. That's a wrap in sports news. Ijoma will be back with the rest of the news at 10. I'm Ayotunde Balogun.
Thanks a lot, Ayotunde. $591 million is no small amount of money, and Zimbabwe's President Emerson Mnangagwa says that's the total received from companies and individuals in funds illegally stashed abroad. This comes after a 90-day amnesty had been given to Zimbabweans to return monies taken illegally abroad. The amnesty period expired last week, but $827 million is believed to still be outstanding. And Russia's President Vladimir Putin says in his new term he'll be willing to dialogue with other countries, promising there'll be no arms race, and he'd cut defense spending. The 65-year-old Kremlin leader, who won Sunday's election with 76.68% of the votes, when his congratulatory messages have poured in from China and Japan, Western powers have been slow to respond, with only France reiterating partnership between the two countries. On to some entertainment news tonight. Here's Maiwa Ogundele to tell us all about it.
Many thanks. Here, top trending stories in the world of showbiz. For the second time in 2 years, raving singer Runtown is at loggerheads with his record label Eric Mani following an alleged disregard for contract. The music imprint has filed an injunction at a federal high court against the Madovo crooner for breach of contract. In a court document made available by the record label, accompanied by an official statement, Eric Mani alleges that, quote, Runtown has been deliberately breaching his contract with us, Eric Mani, for a while, and despite our many appeals to him, he has refused to budge. He went for a show in Las Vegas since January 13, 2018, and has since decided to withdraw all obligations of his contract, end of quote. British actor with Nigerian roots John Boyega and Scott Eastwood were in London for a special screening of their new film, Pacific Rim Uprising. In this Pacific Rim sequel, the otherworldly monsters called Kaiju are back, and Boyega plays Jake Pentecost, a ranger who can control the Jaeger robots designed to fight the alien creatures. Boyega also co-produced Pacific Rim Uprising and said he enjoyed the creative aspects of producing a film.
Oh, wow. Who is that?
Definitely not one of ours.
Let's do this.
And that's all for me today. Thank you so much for watching. The rest of the news at 10 continues shortly.
Thanks, Mayowa. And the main news again. The Vice President Osinbajo today admitted that corruption in public finance space remains Nigeria's biggest economic challenge. And he also said that the issue remained daunting despite efforts to tame it. That's the news at 10 tonight. Thanks a lot for staying with us. I'm Ijoma Bunyato. Do have a good night.